Hi, I'm Jason Debly. Those of you who follow my channel know that I usually do my whiskey reviews in my dining room, a little more formal and austere. But I thought tonight I would do something different. I would do my review down in my basement den. And part of the reason I do that is because I find it more comfortable down here in my favorite lazy boy chair, but also because it's not directly below my children's bedroom and I'm less likely to wake them up. So, down here in the den, what I like to do once all my responsibilities as a father, husband, and employee is to pursue my hobbies. And one of my hobbies is reading. And I was reading over the holidays, got some time off, and I was reading an old author, Jack Higgins. He always has very intriguing titles to his novels. This one's called The Run to Tomorrow. Just adventure novels that are pretty lightweight, but very enjoyable. Another one I had was Prayer for the Dying by Jack Higgins. So Higgins wrote a lot of books, about 40 books. And when I was a teenager and in university, I spent a lot of time reading those books, and I probably should have been reading academic books. In any case, Higgins referenced Bushmills whiskey through his Irish characters in his novels. The Eagle Has Landed has a character, and Bushmills features here and there throughout the novel, and I thought, what is this Bushmills? So in college I tried it, and Bushmills Original Whiskey is a good whiskey. It's a nice entry-level Irish whiskey, very affordable, true then, and true, I hope, today. So over the Christmas holidays, inspired by some old Jack Higgins novels, I figured I'm going to pick up a bottle of the original Bushmills Irish Whiskey. Triple distilled, 40% alcohol by volume, closure is not cork, it's just a simple metal cap. We're an entry-level Irish whiskey. We have no pretensions. And this whiskey, years ago, I liked it a lot. It was very sweet. Well, not super sweet, but it's got a sweetness to it. And when you're new to whiskey, sweetness is pleasurable, as is the fact that it tends to be very smooth. Irish whiskeys, in general, are very smooth, very drinkable, very approachable like the people. So, fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, over the holidays, I pick up this bottle, I open it one night, and I have a drink. I bring it to my lips, I take a sip, and I'm woefully disappointed. It was very grainy, very tight. So the next night, I tried it again. Still very grainy. And I'm going, no, I love Bushmills. Don't do this to me, the gods of whiskey. And I was disappointed. Third night, it was coming around. Then I let it go for a couple nights, and I came back to it, and it was great. And that's what I wanted to make a point about, is that whiskey sometimes improves after it's opened. Once the air gets in there, the oxidation, the interaction of oxygen with the spirit can actually improve the whiskey once it's opened. Some whiskeys get better once the bottle's opened. Others fall from their zenith and flatten out or become softer. With Bushmills, at least this bottle I got, it got a lot better once it was opened. Now it's back to the same old flavor profile I always loved. So, don't judge a whiskey by a 50 milliliter bottle. If you want to really appreciate a whiskey, or you follow whiskey reviewers, and I follow a few whiskey reviewers, those who buy a bottle and taste a bottle over several days or weeks, their opinion I value more than somebody who buys a little tiny 50 milliliter bottle and then is going to try to tell me what it tastes like. Because oxygen with the spirit, there's a chemical reaction, and it can be a very positive one. Okay, on to the whiskey. Enough of that. This whiskey on the nose is distinctly Irish. I don't know how to explain it. It's a little like egg water. You always can kind of... Irish whiskey is distinctive, but let's be more specific. What are we nosing here? Apples, It's floral, vanilla, a little bit of pears. It's quite pleasant and not a bad aromas coming out of this whiskey for a very cheap price point. Entry-level whiskey. This competes directly with Jamesons. On the palate, it's smooth, it's sweet entry of almonds, some grain like shreddies, some breakfast cereal, shredded coconut, English cream, white pepper, some green fruits, a little bit of minty note to it. On the finish, we take another sip. The finish is cardamom, tea. It's minty. There's some black pepper coming in. A little bit of orange pekoe tea. It's good. The finish is short. The flavor disappears quite quickly. But hey, you didn't pay a lot for this whiskey. Really good. Loving it. Wasn't loving it a couple of weeks ago when I first opened it. In this case, oxidation is a good thing, or at least with this bottle. With past bottles, I've never encountered this phenomenon before, but anyway, I thought I'd make mention of it tonight. Caused me some grief for a couple of days before it came around. Other than that, that's all I have to tell you about Bushmills Irish Whiskey. When you comment, tell me if you like this setup better than the dining room. I'm kind of thinking about moving my whiskey reviews down here. Cheers. Thank you for tuning in.